This is a 1923 International. It has a 1942 Class A license on it. And next to it is a 1932 Chevy Master Wrecker. 207 cubic inch engine, 4-speed tranny, 35 mile per hour top speed. Next to it is a 1928 Fagioli 130 Flyer 4. It's got a 4-cylinder engine with a 4-speed transmission, top speed of 35 miles per hour. This model was built with mechanical brakes and a Timken rear axle. Fagioli brand trucks were manufactured from 1916 to 1939 in Oakland, California. In 1939, the Central Bank of Oakland sold the factory to T.A. Peterman, a logger and plywood manufacturer from Tacoma, Washington. T.A. Peterman was the founder of Peterbilt Motor Company. Next to that is a 1942 GMC AY809. It's got a 426 cubic inch engine, 126 horsepower, 5-speed transmission with top speed of 50 miles an hour. This was originally a tanker truck built for the Denver Fire Department in Denver, Colorado. The driver is actually sitting just ahead of the front axle. Notice the steps to get in. Because of those steps and that fender there, it has suicide doors. The doors open the other way. Next to it is a 1946 Bumblebee Studebaker and stock trailer. It's got a 245 cubic inch flathead 6, 4-speed transmission, top speed of 45 miles an hour. You'll notice that's a tandem axle back there. This truck was restored in 1998, and the Iowa 80 Trucking Museum bought it in 2011. So that's a relatively recent acquisition. Very nice. This is a 1912 Saurer, S-A-U-R-E-R. It's got a 4-cylinder 4-cycle engine. It's got a 4-speed transmission and a top speed of a whopping 16 miles per hour. And it's got gas headlamps on each side of the cab, plus a gas spotlight in the center. Not exactly creature comfortable compared to today's trucks, but it got you there. And notice it's a chain drive as well. And it has what they call dual tires, even though they're on one rim. So they really don't qualify as dual tires. being on one rim. Beautiful bed they put on it. Now we've got a 1964 Mack B873SX. It's got a 335 Cummins, 6-cylinder, 5-speed transmission with a 3-speed Brownie, top speed of 60 miles per hour. You just don't make them like that anymore. Pretty heavy winch on the back of it. The man who bought it, he bought it at auction in New Jersey. This is one of 3 that he bought. And he never got a chance to use it. Why? I don't know. Next door to it is a 1946 white WA-22. It's got a 386 cubic inch engine, 6-cylinder, 4-speed transmission with a 3-speed auxiliary, top speed of 55 miles per hour. Got a 1937 Mack high lift coal truck next to it. Top speed of 20 miles per hour. 71 horsepower engine in it. We've got a 1954 Fageol van owned by W.M. Curtis and Sons. Little short wheelbase, easy to get around in city streets. Here's a picture of them actually using it. Here's another picture of it. International engine, top speed of 45 miles per hour. Next to it is a 1923 Mack 4-cylinder engine with a 3-speed and a top speed of 30 miles per hour. Here's a 1922 white 3/4 ton. It's got a 4-cylinder flathead with a 4-speed transmission and a top speed of 20 miles per hour. Now this is a Brockway, 1924 Brockway, 2.5 ton truck. You'll notice it has the dual tires on the back, even though they are still on one solid rim. It's got a 25 horsepower Wisconsin engine with a 3-speed tranny and a top speed of 20 miles per hour. Now this is a drilling truck, used primarily for drilling water wells, but it also was used to drill oil wells once in a while. Let's take a close-up look at that engine there. These are bits and tools that they used. That's a 1925 Douglas. It is one of only 6 left in the world. Made by Douglas Truck Manufacturing Company of Omaha, Nebraska. Next to it, we've got a truck and trailer. That's a 1954 Kenworth cab over. They call it a bull nose. Has a 262 horsepower Cummins engine with a Fuller RT 910 transmission. Air ride rear axle. Aha, that makes a nicer ride. Top speed of 60 miles an hour. Now this crazy thing, there weren't very many of them made. It's a 1974 Ryder Paymaster R100. It's got a Cummins VT903 engine in it, Fuller transmission. Some guy was messing around thinking about a more aerodynamic truck. That's why it's so sloped on the front. He decided to go ahead and make an example of it. You know, one of these, and Ryder Corporation went ahead and had to make several more for testing, but they didn't exactly like it, so they went and gave it back to him. It's an idea that never took off. Has a mid-engine. Has radiators on each side of the back of the cab with fans. It just didn't take off. Probably a good idea, but, well, you know, not every idea is a good idea. Here's a 1925 Kenworth KS. It's a 3-ton. It's got a 4-cylinder, 4-speed transmission, and a top speed of 25 miles an hour. This Kenworth was discovered 2 blocks from Microsoft's headquarters in Redmond, Washington. Next to it is a 1917 Velie, V-E-L-I-E, a Velie 26, 3.5 ton. Didn't even have a cab. Just has a cover over the seat. Now we've got a 1927 Diamond T. It's got a 4-cylinder Buda engine, 4-speed transmission, and a top speed of 15 miles per hour. And again with them solid rear wheels. Solid rubber wheels on the front and the back. You don't want to go too much faster than 15 miles an hour.